Hi! Welcome to this week's Thrifting Challenge Garden Party. Today I'm going to show you how I made the projects I did for the challenge. Let's get started! Just a reminder, this week's challenge's theme was Garden Party, and our first prompt was a centerpiece. Our second prompt was a food display. The third prompt was a repurposed garden tool. And the fourth one was a place setting. For the first prompt for my centerpiece, I made this grassy tiered tray. And to make this, I used 2 pans in different sizes, a candlestick, a hot glue gun, some scissors, and some fake grass. I got this grass from Hobby Lobby, and so I'm just going to begin by opening it and unrolling it. Then I'm going to grab a permanent marker and trace around the base of my bottom piece so I can cut it out. This grass was pretty tricky to cut through, but once I was finished, I really liked how it turned out. Then it was time to do my top pan, so I traced around this one and cut this piece out as well. Make sure you have a vacuum nearby because it does leave quite a bit of a mess. Now that the pieces are cut to size, I'm just going to add a little hot glue to hold them in place and keep them from rolling. And here is pretty simple, and then I just decided to get some pots and some plants and stick those on my tray. My next project for the food display prompt, I made these nice little raised trays. And to do this, I used a baking pan, or you could use a plate, a cup, and a hot glue gun. And to complete this project, it's quite simple. I just added some glue to the base of the cup and then stuck it to the base of the pan. And I just did this for all the different ones. It's nice if you have cups that are different sizes so that your raised tray are at different levels, and that can kind of look nice. But yeah, pretty simple one to do. An extra little feature, I thought that was fun. I added some little fake plants underneath the cups because I just thought that made it a little more appealing for the garden. This next one feels like a cop-out. I really kind of struggled to repurpose a garden tool. I'm just using a shovel as a holder of these cards. And for this project, all you need is a garden shovel and items that you want it to hold. I thought this would be a fun garden party activity, but you can just get some cardstock and you draw a vase on it and punch some holes. And then when you're outside, you can pick some dandelions or whatever flowers you have close by and put it on your card, and then you've made yourself a little card vase. Our last prompt was a place setting, and I made this place mat and painted up some cups and thrifted some cute plates. For this project, you will need 2 pieces of fabric that are 14 inches by 20 inches, a sewing machine, iron, embroidery floss, embroidery needle, a 3.5mm crochet hook, and some lightweight yarn. Here is my first one I finished. Initially, I was not going to crochet around the edges, but my edges were very rough. I think it's a combination of me not being a very great sewer and my sewing machine. So to dress it up a little bit, I decided to crochet an edge. So here I have my other pieces of fabric that I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut 2 pieces for each mat that are 20 inches by 14 inches. And here they are cut. I used a dress and its liner, and then I have the yellow fabric, but I'm just going to sew around the edges. And here they are that I have sewn them together, and they are ready to go. I did better at sewing these ones. They're a little less rough edged, but I still like the look of the crochet. So now we are going to crochet around the edges so that we have a really nice edge. Before we crochet, we need an anchor to kind of crochet onto. So we're going to grab some embroidery floss, and I'm just going to use all 6 strands, and we are going to make what I'm going to call an anchor stitch. And to do this, I'm just working at the stitch level from the line I used when I sewed them together, and that's kind of where I'm going to keep going back to. But I'm just going to pull my string through, leave myself a tail, because I'm going to tie that onto the string here in a little bit. But as you do this, you need a spacer, and I ended up using just the paper that was wrapped around the floss. And I use this each time to make sure that my stitches are evenly spaced. And so then I just want to make sure that I pull my string through the loop so it connects, kind of catches it. And then you want to make yourself a little knot. So you're going to go back through that line again, make sure you pull through the loop so you have a little knot. Now to make the straight edge and attach the tail, we are going to come up and we are just going to make a knot onto that first line. Then after I've done that with my tail, I'm just going to use my spacer again and continue to work my way down the top of my placemat, just making these anchor stitches so then I can crochet a really pretty border. I'm going to finish this line and then I will meet you guys at the corner to show you what to do at the corners. Real quick, I want to show you how I change string because you will run out of string and need to replace it several times. But I just loop through again to make myself a knot, and then I will cut my string off, give myself a really short tail, and then I'm going to grab my replacement string and I'm going to stick it through the top loop And I'm just going to knot my string onto this, and then I'm ready to continue on as I have been working before. Okay, here we are at the corner, and what I like to do is stick my needle into the last space where I stuck it in last time, and then do the stitch as usual, but I'm just going to kind of maneuver it so that way it comes up to the top of the corner. So it's just similar, except for I'm just inserting my string the same place I inserted it for the previous one, but I'm just maneuvering it around the corner. And then on the opposite side, once again, I'm going to stick my needle in and insert same spot I did for the top of the corner. And then I will just finish this anchor stitch like I have all the others. And after this one, I'm just going to continue working with my spacer like I have before. Now that I have finished all the anchor stitches, I'm ready to crochet. So I'm going to grab my 3.5mm crochet hook and some lightweight yarn. I'm just going to make myself a slip stitch, and I'm going to attach my yarn not at the corner, but at the loop next to the corner. Once my yarn is attached, I'm going to make 3 single crochets into each of the anchor stitches. So each little loop will have 3 single crochets. And if you're interested in learning how to make crochet stitches, I have some videos, some tutorials. They are found in my Cozy Crochet Corner playlist, and I can show you guys how to make single crochets and any other stitches you're curious about there. But you're just going to make 3 single crochets into each of the anchor stitches into each of the loops. When you come to the corner, you're going to make 5 single crochets into that corner loop, and that will help you get around the corner. Here we are at the end of the first round where we made 3 single crochets into each of the anchor stitches. I'm just going to join it with the first stitch of the round with a slip stitch. Then I'm going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch just to move it to the center of the 3 stitches of this loop. I'm going to chain 1, or actually I'm going to chain 2, and then we will make 4 double crochets into that same stitch. We're essentially making a shell. The first chain 2 counts as our first double crochet. Then we're going to work our way across the top of our placemat, making shells, and we are just going to work our shells into that middle stitch on each of the anchor stitches. And so we'll skip 2 single crochets, and then we will make 5 double crochets in the next stitch, which should be the center single crochet from the previous round of that anchor stitch. We're just going to follow this pattern all the way across, and I'll show you what to do at the corner. Here we are at the corner, and I'm just going to work a 4 double crochet shell at one side of the corner, and then we will do another 4 double crochet shell on the other side of the corner, and then we'll just continue on as we have the other side. At the end of this round, I'm going to join it to the first double crochet with a slip stitch, and then I will cut my yarn off and tuck in my yarn ends. And here is my completed placemat with its lovely little border. I really like how this turned out. I think it looks really nice, and I used it for all 4 placemats. Then I decided to paint my cups. I am not a great painter, but I like the idea of it. It was kind of therapeutic, it was kind of fun. I mean, mine don't look amazing, but I did enjoy painting the cups, and I think it adds an extra little touch to your place setting. Here are my finished place settings. I just tied together my silverware with some twine, and I think it just really makes it look nice. I do like how the different plates and different colored and textured placemats look all together. I think it really makes it fun and a garden party theme. Here is everything all together. I really like how it all turned out. This one was kind of fun and a little challenging, but I do enjoy how it turned out. And here is next week's challenge, Picnic in the Park. The first prompt is something gingham print. The second one is outdoor fun or entertainment. The third one is basket weave. And our last prompt is It's a Bug's Life. I hope you guys enjoy these challenges and like to see what I put together and what ideas I have. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which one of these was your favorite. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!